everyone, this is Efren, Passpoint One Comics. I got some new comic books I want to show you that I've gotten within the last week or so. These comic books are, I bought them from Duffy Boy Comics, JT Ripple Pressing, Recasters, TFAW, Gmart, SR Comics International, and The Underground by Key Collectibles and KRS Comics. So, before I go any further, hit that like and subscribe button if you like what you see. Anybody who's viewing my videos for the first time, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And if you're one of my regular subscribers, whoever watches my videos, I always appreciate them. I always appreciate those who watch my videos. I do these videos because comic books is such a passion of my life, and I like sharing what I've gotten to any viewers. So everybody's ready to go? Let's get going. This first one is Avengers number 44. Looks like there's a new Phoenix in town. As usual, I have the pictures, a close-up of each cover right here after post-production. Next one is another Avengers 44. This has She-Hulk on the cover. Next up is Batman 107. I like this cover because it has like multiple characters on there. Looks like Batman is on there, the new Scarecrow, and two reiterations of Harley Quinn. It looks like that. That's what it looks like to me on the side. Looks like Harley Quinn now is more or less on Batman's side. She's trying to do good after all the mayhem she's left behind throughout the year. So it looks like Batman is trying to mentor her to do the right thing now. This is Beta Ray Bill number 1. If anybody has been reading Thor recently, he basically fought against Beta Ray Bill, but his hammer Stormbreaker, Beta Ray Bill's hammer Stormbreaker, basically was demolished by Thor's Mjolnir, if I'm pronouncing that right. So this is a new limited series of his. I think it's going to delve into what's happening with him now that he doesn't have a hammer, but he still has the strength of a Thor. Next, we have Deep Beyond number 2. This is by Image Comics. I haven't read issue number 1 yet, but I plan to, and it's only up to 2 issues so far, so I do plan to read this one. This is the Department of Truth. I believe it's issue number 6. This has been an ongoing series, and it's really interesting. It's basically everything that's happened in the past, political wise. It's not quite true. There's a lot of twists and turns in this series, so I highly recommend it. I don't want to give too much away, but the last page of issue 1, I went, whoa. It had to do with the shooting of President Kennedy, and it just a splash page at the very end. I was like, dang, that's a twist. Next up, we have ENIAC number 2. I completely missed out on ENIAC number 1. That book went crazy quick, and I didn't even know it existed until afterwards. People were selling it like the prices on eBay were outrageous for this book that just came out, and of course I missed it. But I think at number 2. This is Geiger number 1 by Image Comic Books. I haven't read it yet, but I plan to very soon. There's more than one cover for Geiger that I got, obviously. Comic books rarely now come out with just one issue. There's always variant covers or different covers of that same issue. And here's another one. And this one. Now the last cover for Geiger, it's basically a white cover. With these white covers, if you wanted to, if you get an artist, they can draw on this cover because the texture is different than the regular covers. It allows them to basically do artwork on the front cover. So I like getting these, they call them blank covers, so I like getting them every now and then. This is Ghost Rider King in Black. It's a very striking looking cover. The Immortal Hulk number 45. Hulk has been really going through the ringer. If you look at this picture of him here on the front cover, he's like totally just skinny, and he looks like he's going through a lot of torture, or something's going on with him where he's just getting beat up left and right. And of course, I got my Scotty Young books here. This is King in Black number 5. Now this one is like my favorite cover, let's say, of the week. It's Marauders number 19. It's by David Finch. It has Kitty Pryde and Lockheed on the cover. What I like about this cover, one, I mean, David Finch is a great artist, but just the simplicity of this cover, it just has basically, like I said, Kitty Pryde and Dragon, and she's phasing. I thought it was a neat looking cover. Most of the covers, you have all these like these punches and just a splash page, so to speak, with. But I like the, like I said, the simplicity of this cover. It's one of my favorite covers of this month. We have another King in Black. This one has Silver Surfer, and looks like it's a dragon, a venomized dragon. Anybody who's seen my previous videos, when it comes to dragons, that always grabs my attention, so I always buy those covers. This is Marvel Action Spider-Man number 1 by IDW. IDW does do books, Marvel books, but it's under their publication, IDW. And these are more kid-oriented books. I picked it up as it's basically number 1. I do plan to read it, but like I said, it's more kid-oriented. This is Power Rangers. I don't remember the full title. I'll put it underneath afterwards. But this one was highly sought afterwards by Jenny Frison, and I did happen to get my hands on one of them. Sensational Wonder Woman number 2. I like this cover because it doesn't really show the faces of Wonder Woman and I believe it's Artemis who they're fighting. It just has their silhouettes on there. Shadecraft number 1 by Image Comics. I haven't read it yet. I've been hearing good things about their storyline. So I plan to read it soon, and maybe I'll do a review of it on my next video. Silk number 1 by, yes, Scotty Young. Here's another Silk cover. Silver Coin by Image Comics. There's more than one cover of Silver Coin. Here are the other two. I really enjoy, as I've stated on other videos, more of these indie books more and more. And I haven't read Silver Coin yet. I just came out with issue number 1, but I do plan to read it within the next couple days. Next, we have Star Wars. I think it's Age of the Republic, Count Dooku. This was by John Tyler Christopher, I believe, the artist. It just came out. He had it for sale, and everybody wanted this one, so I just was fortunate enough to get a copy of one. Next, we have Star Wars High Republic, issue number 4, 2 covers. One is a virgin cover, and one has printing on it, and this came from KRS Collectibles, I believe. Or KRS Comics, sorry about that. There are so many variants that go for sale by comic book stores. If they get the rights to it, they can do their own version of a comic book. The cover, the story is the story, by a Marvel writer. But they call these variants, and numerous comic book stores, if they pay a certain price, they can have one, but it's just exclusive for their store. Next, we have Star Wars, another Star Wars, The High Republic number 4. And this is the last Star Wars High Republic. Now these are regular covers that Marvel would produce. The other ones, like I said, which are variants, a company has to go to Marvel basically and say, hey, I want to do a cover for your issue. You know, will you give me permission? Of course, there's pricing involved with that, but there are normal comic books that are normally priced that just come out on a monthly basis. These variants, most of the time, the price is higher because an individual, like I said, comic book store, you know, pays for the rights to produce their own cover version of a story. Next, we have Tankers #1. I really want to read this book. It just came out it's by Bad Idea. It just came out, and the premise is the world is in the, you know, they don't have as much oil as they had, so they go in the past to prolong the lives of dinosaurs. So going back to present time, they would have more oil, but of course, you know, when they come back, the world is in chaos. Dinosaurs are smarter than they should be, and they're basically fighting humankind because they're still alive. Next, we have Usagi Yojimbo, The Wanderer's Road. I like these covers because they're sideways. That grabs my attention, so I buy it. I haven't read the storyline. I haven't read most of Usagi Yojimbo, to be honest with you, but I did like the cover. As I've stated before, 99% of the books I read, but there are some that I just buy for the cover, and this is one of them. Another one that's a side cover, but I've been reading, is Venom #34. It's Legacy 199. That means there's been 199 issues of Venom. And Donny Cates is going to end it, well, his writing next issue of 200. That's going to be his last book for Venom. The story, Venom's still going to continue, but it will just be a different writer. So that's promising to be a big book. See what happens with Venom, technically 200. Here's another one of 199 or 34. This has Venom, but looks like his Man-Thing was venomized. So Man-Thing is celebrating his 50th anniversary. So there have been quite a few comic books that have had Man-Thing on the cover to celebrate 50 years of him being in comics, the character Man-Thing. This one is X-Men #19. The Hellfire Club, if anybody who reads X-Men have been around since like the 1980s, they're like an evil club of mutants, but they're going to have this gala, and Marvel has been printing out books with characters from X-Men who are dressed up for this gala, and this one is Emma Frost, the Black Queen. Next we have, it's a DC book. It's actually two of them. It's called the Black Label series. This is Joker, Harley, Criminal Sanity. It's a rather larger book if you notice it compared to a normal size book. And here is another issue of that series. This is both of them are issue number 8. And I wanted to show you something before I go any further. If I can find a cover for it. Hang on for a second. I notice, usually when I look at comic books, I just look at the front cover. I don't look at the back cover much unless it's a wraparound. But I did notice on one of the Marvel books, on more than one, there's a watch that they're selling. It's a Citizen watch company, and it looks like it's Venomized watch, so to speak, of. So I looked at the back of the cover. I went, oh wow, that's different. Like I said, I usually don't look at back covers that much, but I noticed this one. I went, wow, I'm going to show that to everybody who watches these videos, that every now and then, obviously, they have back covers. If it's not a wraparound, if it has like a front and back cover, they have advertisement. This one is basically for a Venom watch, so I thought that was pretty cool. And next, I have these books that I got. They're from the Department of Truth series. It's 2 books. It came like in a vanilla envelope, which says Director James Tinian IV, Top Secret, Case File Prepared by Agent, and then it has a signature here. I believe it may be James Tinian's signature. I'm not sure. But they're 2 books, and it came in this vanilla envelope, which I think is a unique way of selling books. Here's the first cover. As I said before, the Department of Truth is a good series, different than obviously your normal superhero books, and it's highly recommended by myself. And here is the other book that came with it. Now, my last book, I'm going to show you. I'm also going to do a quick review of this series. It just came out a couple of weeks ago. It's by Aftershock Comics. It's called Project Patron, if I'm pronouncing that name right. So basically, the premise of this storyline, 30 years ago, there was a fight by this one hero called Patron. He comes from a different planet, but he came to Earth basically to protect Earth, and he fought against a character millions of years old who basically killed the dinosaurs back in the day. So 30 years ago, they fought, and both of them died. So, the main superhero that came from another planet to protect, Earth, he died, but it turns out that then the UN decided to make basically an android of him. So they told the world that he resurrected and he's still around, but it's just like an android or a robot of this character, just to give people of Earth some faith that he's still around to protect mankind. Now there's like about 4 or 5 people that do different deeds on when they help out, when they do this robot. They take control. One of them is like for fighting, one of them is for science, and they have a commander who oversees everything. But the catch is, like, every time these people go on a mission for Patron, it takes a year off of their life. So that's where the story is right now. General public thinks that Patron died, but he was resurrected. He came back from the dead, but nobody knows except for certain people in the UN that it's all a lie. That the superhero, this one, didn't come back, and it's been over 30 years since he died. But they want to keep up his persona, so they created this android, so to speak, to help mankind when it's needed. And that's just the first issue. And then it's going to go on from there. I'm not sure if it's going to be a continuing series or if it's a mini series, but issue number 1 just came out. And like I said, it's from Aftershock. I think it's a good storyline. I really enjoyed reading it. Curious to see where they go from here. Usually when superheroes die, they always come back, but this one seems like he's not coming back, and it's been 30 years. So we'll see what issue 2 is about. Now, I got 2 PSA cards. I'm not into PSA cards at all. I just happen to have had these cards, and there was a signing by Rob Liefeld, and I decided to send 2 of my cards in. And this is from X-Force number 1. Anybody who bought X-Force number 1 back in the day, it came in a plastic bag. Inside each bag there was a trading card, and some of them were of Deadpool, and I happened to have 2 of them. And I'm talking about over 20, 30 years from ago that that X-Force number 1 came out. So KRS was doing a signing. The Underground by P Collectibles and KRS Comics was doing a special signing. If you turned in your cards, or it could have been comic books, not about comic books, but I think it could have been baseball cards, type of baseball cards like these, or trading cards, or like Funko Pops. Rob Liefeld would sign in, and then obviously I got this back a couple days ago, so I got 2 of them. And I know it's hard to see right now, but I'll have it right here on the side. So these are probably the only 2 cards I'm ever going to get. Okay? I'm not much into trading cards, but since I had this opportunity to get them signed by Rob Liefeld, I decided to get them encapsulated. So 2 of them. So I'm glad I did it, though. Like I said, they're very unique now to me. And I don't know if I will ever sell these, but I liked them, and I just took the chance to buy them, to get them signed by Rob Liefeld. And to me, it was a good purchase. Now, my giveaway is still going on. I'll put a link in the description, where all you have to do is leave a comment for the video that has this giveaway. It's Berserker #1. This was given to me by JT Ripple Pressing. So today's Friday, the 23rd. I'm gonna have it on for one more week. So in about 8 days or 9 days on a Monday, I'm gonna shoot the video for the giveaway. And all you have to do is leave a comment and you're in. One comment per person. If you leave more than one comment, it's fine, but it will only be counted as one entry. Recently, I bought a heat press a couple days ago, actually. I got a really good deal on it. I'll have a picture of it here. It's really big. It can fit up to 4 comic books to be pressed. I'm starting to get into cleaning and pressing my own comic books. I'm taking it slow. I've been going on YouTube, checking out other people, how they do their cleaning and pressing. I bought a book that has, that explains cleaning and pressing. So far so good. Like I said, these are just my own books. I like doing that. It's just another aspect of collecting comic books. Those who send in their books to be CGC'd or CBCS or even PGX, it costs a certain amount of money, obviously, to get it encapsulated, but it also costs to get them clean and pressed. So with that, it does add up everything. After, say, you do 5 books, then you clean and pressing, mailing back to them and back to you. You insure the books if you feel it's necessary. So the prices do add up, and I think this heat press will pay for itself in a couple of days when I start doing more and more of my own books. So that's all I have for you this time. Once again, this is Efren, Past Point One Comics. Everybody be safe and take care.